Welcome back to the Hard Rock Cafe in San Antonio. I'm Mark Kusenberger of the Padilla Poll, and I'm with head coach Hal Wasson of the Southlake Carroll Dragons. Well, Coach, I'm about to say congratulations on another fine season, and by most team standards, 13-game season is pretty strong. But I know Carroll, the expectations are unusually high, even in the context of Texas high school football.
Well, we just want to go out and be as good as we can be every week, every year. It was a great season for us. Had a lot of new faces a year ago. They went out and competed really well and lost to a team that certainly needs no introduction in the Trinity Trojans. So it's a great battle. Came down to the wire, and Trinity edged us out, and they're no stranger to greatness either.
You mentioned new faces on the team and the success they had, and I guess a lot of them were seniors because you've got a lot of new faces this year, particularly on offense with 9 new positions to fill.
We really do. It's a work in progress. You know, we've got an outstanding quarterback returning. We feel really good about our running backs. We've got really 4 new receivers that we've got to break in, and they had a productive spring. The good news is they had a productive spring. The best news is the best news of the day is they're going to get a lot better. We anticipate that during the course of the season. Offensive line's a work in progress a little bit. Early on, we'll replace all 5 starters. Coach Skinner, Coach Colwell do a great job with their O-line, and I know they will work them and have them in a competitive way by the time season starts. Defensively, we've got 5 players back. We feel good about our secondary. Linebackers are in good shape. Defensive front, you know, anchored by King Newton, who's played a lot as a sophomore and started obviously his whole junior year. The key concern there is depth, but we feel good about this football team. You know, it's not how you start, it's how you finish, and we know this group hopefully will start strong and finish even stronger.
Coach, 7-on-7's been on people's minds since all those games just took place in College Station. That's become an integral part of high school football, but you also alluded to the offensive line you're rebuilding. Tell us about keeping those things on track and putting together an offense when you often are taking different avenues with different players.
We really are, and as I alluded to earlier, we feel really good. I know we've got an outstanding coaching staff with our O-line. We've got players that work extremely hard, very attentive to detail. They've had a good summer, but we're going to go into a very formidable, a lot of great opponents early on in the preseason, and then our district gets even tougher. They're going to be big, strong, and physical, so we'll stick to what we always do. We've got to be very fundamentally sound. We've got to pay attention to detail in the way we approach each week and deal with our technique work and so forth. I know our players will do that, but it is going to be a challenging season for us.
Tell us about Agnew in particular, because it's unusual for the quarterback to come back and really rebuild the team around them in terms of the offense, players jumping up from the JV. Tell us about how his role will grow over the course of the year.
Well, Ryan played quite a bit as a sophomore behind Kenny Hill. Obviously got all the snaps this past season. Had 3 other older brothers that have gone through the program. And as you know, the youngest brother's the toughest or the softest. And those 3 other older brothers, I guess, made him be one of the tougher guys. So he can make plays with his feet. He can make plays with his arm. He's a very cerebral guy, very intelligent guy. Great competitor. He loves to be a Dragon. He's lived for this moment his whole career. So we feel really good about him, and he makes those around him better. So it's a good start.
Coach Wasson, thank you so much for joining us.
You bet.
That was Hal Wasson of the Southlake Carroll Dragons, and I'm Mark Kusenberger for PSquareSports.com.